Whether it's the new He-Man or the old He-Man, He-Man's always going to be one of my favorites. Hello, toy fanatics! I'm here with another one of our toy reviews. Today we're looking at Sonic's Wacky Pack He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. This is currently available in the Wacky Packs at all Sonic locations, or most Sonic locations I should say, depending on how much they have. And of course, it's a whole bunch of He-Man stuff. We get 3 characters and 3 character type spoons. Before we get into that review, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe now. Go ahead and hit that bell for notifications so you'll be alerted of anything that comes from me to you. Be sure to like this video so that way YouTube knows that you like what I'm making, and comment down below. I love chatting with you all. What do you say? Let's get into it. Okay, so looking at the packaging first, okay, we do get these 3 action figures. Now, in the past, we've gotten She-Ra, and something I'm noticing between these and She-Ra automatically that I'm really liking is that there are plastic weapons in there. The problem that I had with my She-Ra, my Hordak that I had from a few years back, their weapons were actually like paper, it was cardboard, and they just did not last. Whereas these, it looks like they're actually plastic weapons, and I dig that so much. These 2 seem to be the shining stars for me, but we got He-Man, Skeletor, and the Sorceress in packaging here. And with those, to kind of coordinate, we get He-Man's spoon, so it's like the Sword of Power spoon. We get the Sorcerer's staff of magic in spoon form, and it's sparkly. And then we get Skeletor's Havoc Staff, and that is in spoon form as well. And this comes in a very interesting plastic. I was kind of wondering if this glowed in the dark. We'll kind of get into it. Maybe we'll do a test and see what it does. So, that's the packaging. There's not a lot going on with the packaging. They come in like little baggies. So, we need to get these out and get to playing. Alright, and this is them outside of packaging. And holy cow, I'm in love with these. I would like to see Sonic do some more characters. But I really, really dig them. So, out of the series, of course, this one we get the Sorceress as a figurine, Skeletor as a figurine, He-Man as a figurine, of course, He-Man's Power Sword as a spoon, Skeletor's Havoc Staff as a spoon, and the Sorcerer's Staff of Magic as a spoon. Now, I did check on this because I know people are going to be asking, yes, it's a green plastic. Yes, it looks like it glows in the dark. No, sadly, it does not glow, and if it does, it has the worst UV accepting plastics I've ever dealt with. So this does not glow, and I don't think it's meant to glow. I think it's just meant to be kind of worn and energetic looking, which is what it does. It looks pretty interesting. Oh, it does, however, change colors. Alright, so let's take a look at the spoons first. And I actually want to start from this side and move across. So, with the Sorcerer's spoon, we get this nice shiny, kind of almost like translucent purple, but it has got a lot of glitter in there, and it's super sparkly, and it looks magic. Now, the back of it is hollowed out. So it is hollowed out, so it does move a little bit, so you just got to be kind of careful with this. When you display it, you probably want to display it one place and leave it as is. It does have a Sonic logo on the back, and on the inside it does say He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. And it's got a lot of beautiful sculpting work in there. A lot of great tooling on this spoon. And then, of course, the card that comes with it is this right here. Sorcerer's Staff of Magic. Pretty cool. And that's a great thing to know. It's new for 2022. Now, of course, here we got Skeletor's Havoc Staff. And with Skeletor's Havoc Staff, let's go ahead and look at the card real quick. It says Skeletor, Staff of Havoc, Staff Spoon. Nothing on here about it doing anything, so my guess is that it doesn't. I could have sworn at one point I thought it was changing colors. But if it does, it kind of goes from a dirty kind of mustard looking greenish brown to a light energetic green brown. but that also could just be my lighting. I haven't seen a lot to indicate that this does anything other than be a spoon. There are some little grits and pieces in there that kind of give it kind of a dirty look. And of course the sculpting on it's a nice bit of Havoc Staff here, and it's the new design of the Havoc Staff. So it almost looks like fangs in the front. Pretty cool. We get that He-Man the Masters of the Universe logo in the inside. It's hard to see in there. Yep. And then of course we get Sonic on the back. And this one is also hollow in the back. So something to note with these. Now, last spoon, we got He-Man's Battle Sword. This one, I think, in my opinion, is like the best one of the series. Because look, you got two types of plastic, and they're pretty solid. This has got a hollow backing on this. It's got the Sonic logo there. And of course, we get He-Man, the Masters of the Universe up here, and then we get that sword look. It's almost like bread your butter and then eat your cereal at the same time. With this one, we do get He-Man's Sword of Power and the Power Spoon. So we see that it is just a spoon. That's something to keep in mind. Okay, now, that's the spoon part of the series. Now, that's just one half. The other half are these figures. And it's interesting because they have corresponding spoons with the figures. So let's look at the Sorcerers first. Now, we get the Sorcerers here. Let's go ahead and look at the card. It says Sorcerer's figure with a removable helmet. Alright. Now, with the Sorceress, she does have that removable translucent blue helmet. Pretty cool. I mean, it looks like it could go on her either way, but honestly, I think this is the best way to fit on her, with her head showing out underneath. It's got a nice kind of beak design there. Pretty cool. She does have those translucent wings that have the sparkles in it to kind of tie it back to the spoon. And then, of course, we get several molded plastics, including this pearlescent white. Now, things to keep in mind. Arms do not move. Head does not move. It feels like it should, but it's not. It's actually screwed together with a post from the head all the way down into the wings, and then the head is screwed down here as well. So, with this one, only the helmet comes off, and that's the big play feature for this one. But as a sorceress, she can fly around and do all sorts of things. Now with that, let's take a look at Skeletor. I've always been a big component of Skeletor. I always thought he was super cool. This one, design of him is amazing. I love the new design. So Skeletor figure with Staff of Havoc. And honestly, the way his staff is, it almost feels more like a little club more than anything else. Now he does have 2 points of articulation. That actually doesn't turn. One thing to keep in mind, these feet are, like toes are super sharp. He does have these swivel arms. And his corrupted hand is not painted. That's something to keep in mind as well. It should be kind of yellow like his bones. Now he does have the Havoc Staff, and the Havoc Staff does remove from his hands. And the Havoc Staff is completely solid, so all the way around. It's just not a very big Havoc Staff. It's you know, small. It doesn't need it very big. There's no articulation in the head, and face and stuff does not move. Now, it's weird because my face on mine is a little off-centered. I wish it was faced more this way. My kid's is a little more centered, so I think at one point I thought maybe this moved. It doesn't move. Well, let me restate that. I don't think it's supposed to move, however, I have moved mine probably back into place. So there you go. And he's kind of looking forward now. So just really the two arms is articulation. Now, the main event here, let's take a look at He-Man. Of course, we see He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, He-Man figure with Sword of Power. And I think this is going to be one that a lot of people are wanting to go for. With him, he does, of course, have that Sword of Power. And that does actually click into his hands. And it's really cool because it's not, again, it's not cardboard or paper. It's an actual plastic sword. We do get the movement within the arms. So he's got a hinge for the shoulders. And it's a little limited by his head, but he's got a pretty good range. And then this one has head movement. So it's actually on like a little ball joint, and it does move just a little. Now the hair does kind of impede some of the movement. It's not, the best, but it does have a lot of really good range for being a Wacky Pack toy. Now these are the figures. Now I happened to go to a Sonic that had them all available and ready from the other day when I went. So some Sonics might, some might not. So I think it just depends on where you go. I know the one that I went to had them, and I was super happy that I was able to get a lot of them in really one day. So if you're going out looking for these, they're going to be sold exclusively at Sonic. So good luck with the toy hunt. This episode of Tay Ray Gun was sponsored by Marvin Dog Media. To learn more about Marvin Dog Media, visit www.marvindogmedia.com. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below to let YouTube know that you like what I'm making. And be sure to hit that bell notification so you get updates to future content.